Hey everybody, this is Edujo and welcome to another video in my series on working with text files. So this is video 5, and one of the questions I was asked is, what if we do not know how many lines of text is in the text file and we want to read it? So if we look at the previous example, when we had this file called file.txt, and we knew there were 3 things in there, 3 lines of text. We used obviously the number 3 for int3. That means it'll repeat 3 times, and then we can see everything. So if I just run this one, obviously I've changed this to today's one, so it's not the same heading, but I'm going to press F5 and enter, and that should give us 3 lines of results. So let me just pull that over to this side, so that you can see we have 3 lines of results. There's our 3 lines, and we've used that 3 times. But what if we don't know? What if we don't know how many we have in our text file? So that's one of the things that we need to look at. So if we just give me 1 second, I'm just gonna grab this over, and I'm gonna go to my documents for this. So let me just take that away, and I'll grab my file anyway from here. So just give me a second. I'm just clicking on my documents and I'm looking for my, there we go, I've got that. And if I bring in my Python just over here, and then my text files, there we go, that should work. So just bring it back. So here you can see we've got our file over here, and if I double click on that, it opens, and there is the 3 that we saw on this one. So that's the thing, but we know there's 3 lines of code because we wrote a program that actually stored 3 lines of code. But what if we had more lines of code? So for example, let me see, we are testing, so I'm just typing into my text file, we are testing more lines, and even more lines. So there we got 5 lines. I'll just go file save, so that is saved. So when we run this one now, I'll go back to this one, I'll press F5. When we run this, it's only going to show the first 3 because we have told it to do that. But what if we want to see, we don't know, I mean we know there's 5, but we don't actually know because it might be a file that we just got from someone that we want to test. So there's a neat little trick if we have unknown lines. And that is, we don't use the range function, we use our file variable. So the first thing is I'm going to change that, so that's going to be file, and this one will become line. So Python has this feature where you can have a variable called line, and whatever your file name is, you can read line by line. You can basically read that without having to specify any numbers. We don't actually need this now because that does the job for us, so I'm going to get rid of that. And if we want to print it, we don't need that one now, we just use the line. So that theoretically should do the trick. So let me just put there var named line to read unknown lines. There we go, I'll do it like that. So let's see if this works. I'm going to press F5, I'm going to save that, and then theoretically we should see, there we go, now we have 5, or everything we have in our text file, it's over there. But you saw me add these 2 lines, and that's a neat little trick. So just to recap, if you want to read 1 line at a time in Python and you don't know how many lines there are, you can use this little trick here for line in file, where that file is whatever your name is for your variable that opens the file, and use the line variable, and then you just print, and obviously we just put that there so that remove any spaces between lines if there are any. So neat little trick, so please practice that. And the person that did ask me the question, you can now easily go and iterate through any file with any number of lines, and you should be able to print this out. So thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, or to come back if there's anything you need more clearance on, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.